Hi, we're doing lesson 6 of unit 3, um, solving problems with polynomials, with polynomial products. We spent some time on this in class, but I'm just going to show you, write out my solution to the first question, and then how I did the second and the third. Okay, so bentwood boxes are containers traditionally constructed by the Northwest Coast Aboriginal peoples. It's typically used a single piece of wood that's bent to form a box, which is really cool, in a rectangular prism, which is a box, um, using only steam and strategically placed grooves. And the boxes are traditionally used for storing all kinds of things from food and clothing and to burials. And there's a beautiful picture here of a picture of a Brentwood box, um, and more information there. So here's the question. A Haida artist constructs a bentwood box with the following dimensions. The length is 5x minus 2, the width is 3x minus 1, and the height is 3x plus 1, all in centimeters. And we are going to write and simplify an expression for this. So an expression for volume is that volume equals length times width times height. We always start off with, don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. Always start off with just your basic formula. And then, what can we plug in here? Well, we know that the length is 5x minus 2. So I'm going to put 5x minus 2. I definitely need my brackets around that. The width is 3x minus 1, and the height is 3x plus 1. So, now we have to multiply those things together. So there's some strategy involved here. Whenever you're multiplying three numbers, because these are numbers, we just don't know what they are exactly, you can multiply any two together, get that product, and then multiply that by the third one. You might have seen me in class going, well, if they've got 2 times 3 times 4, what does that equal? And then somebody will go, 6 times 4 is 24. I go, yep. Could you also say it's 2 times 12 equals 24? Yes, I get agreement on that. And then could you go crazy and say it's 8 times 3? Yeah, right? It doesn't matter what order you multiply them in. So looking at this question, I'm thinking that I'm going to multiply these two together first, because these two are a difference of squares, and that's easy to multiply. So I'm just going to rewrite my 5x minus 2. I'm going to put an equal sign here because this does still equal that. And then when I multiply together my difference of squares, I get the square of the first term. So I get 9x squared minus the square of the second term, which is 1. So that was easy, right? And now I'm going to, I do want to emphasize though, it does not matter what order you multiply these things in, you are going to get the same answer as long as you do it correctly. Doesn't matter what order you do. That was just, to me, this was the easiest way to do it. Okay, now I'm going to multiply using my FOIL. So first times first is going to be 5 times 9 is 45, x cubed, and then minus 5x, and then minus 18x squared, and then plus 2. Okay? And then I'm actually going to rearrange that into the normal order that we would write this in of decreasing degree on the variables on the x. So I'm going to have the 45x cubed minus 18x squared minus 5x plus 2. Either of these answers is correct, but this one is better because it's easier to compare your answer to somebody else's if it's like that. Okay, and then we need to do the surface area. Surface area is much harder to do than volume. Surface area is going to be, if I write this out fully, I've got 2 times the area of the front, and I've got 2 times the area of one of the sides, and I'm just going to say the left side, plus 2 times the area of either the top or the bottom. And, because they're the same, right? It's a box, it's a rectangular box. So those are the same. So then if I expand, I don't know if that's the right word, but I sort of clarify what is this. What is the area of the front of the box? the front of the box, if you picture your box like this, where this one is the height, that's easy. I'm going to call this one the length and the width. It doesn't really matter which one's which, but for our purposes today, let's do that. So the area of the front is going to be the length times the height. So that's 2 times the length times the height, plus the area of the left side is the width times the height, and then the area of the top is length times width. So 2 times length times width. Okay, if I had space, I would have written this underneath it so it was a little bit more clear where it came from, but there's not enough space here to actually do that. So now I'm going to go and fill in my numbers for this. So, and I'm going by this one here, but it's long, so I don't have space to do that. So I've got 2 times the length. Now the length up here was 5x minus 2, and the height was 3x. Oh, that was terrible. Is 3x plus 1. And then I'm going to add 2 times the width, which is 3x minus 1. And the height is 3x plus 1. And then the length is 5x minus 2 times the width is 3x minus 1. And let's do this first one together, and then I'll leave you to, I'll get you to pause it and do the next set. So for here, again, it doesn't matter what order you multiply these in. I personally, for this question, would probably multiply the 2 times the 5x minus 2. So I get 10x minus 4. But that is still times the 3x plus 1. Because that way I'm not multiplying a trinomial by anything, okay? But it doesn't matter. This one, I would probably, because I've got the difference of squares again, I probably would do that, and I get the 9x squared minus 1. Just because that's simpler, that's all. Okay, pause the video and go and finish this question up, and then you can check your answer when you come back. Okay, I've got 10x minus 4 times 3x minus 1. And now I'm going to multiply these two together. So this is going to be 30x squared plus 10x minus 12x minus 4 plus 18x squared minus 2 plus 30x minus 10x minus 12x plus 4. Notice that I didn't bother grouping any of those things as I went along because it is all added. I don't have to worry about that, and I just need all of the things together so I can combine my like terms now. So I have, oh wait, this was x squared, sorry. So now I'm going to underline things as I collect them. I'm going to do all of my x squareds first. So I've got 30 plus 30 is 60 plus 18, that is 17. Oops, sorry, 78. I don't know where 17 came from. That is 78 x squared. And then let me do my x squared. So I've got 10x. Oh, minus 10x is just 0. Yay, that's good. Actually, I can just cross those two out. And then I've got minus 12x. Minus 12x is minus 24x. And I've got minus 4 plus 4, those cancel out, minus 2. So I have minus 2. So there's my simplified expression for the surface area of the box. And then I'm going to make x equal 20 and calculate these things. So to calculate this, I'm going to do volume first. So the volume equals, I'm going to write up my expression here. I've got 45x cubed minus 18x squared minus 5x plus 2. So that becomes 45 times 20 cubed minus 18 times 20 squared. I guess I can put the brackets, put that outside, minus 5 times 20 plus 2. And then I pull up my trusty calculator and I get 352,702 centimeters squared. And I do kind of gasp because that's a massive number, but we are going to check that answer in a minute, okay? Let's do the surface area now. So we've got surface area equals 78x squared minus 24x minus 2. So that's 78 times 20 squared minus 24 times 20 minus 2. So that equals 30718 centimeters cubed. Okay, how do we check this? Well, there's a couple of ways that we can check this. We could go back and plug the x into all of these things up here and see if it comes out the same as that. But for this particular question, there's a better way, and that is that we can come up and get numbers for our length, width, and height. So if we put 20 in here, we get 5 times 20 minus 2. Our length comes, oh, let me write it up here actually. That's what I did on my notes. So I get length is going to be 5 times 20 minus 2. So that equals 98. And my width is going to be 3 times 20 minus 1. So that comes out as 59. And my height is 3 times 20 plus 1. So that's 61. So then I can come over here, I've got some space, and I can go, well, my volume is length times width times height. So that is going to be 98 times 59 times 61. And that comes out as 352,702. Yay! That is actually the right answer. Awesome. And then to check my surface area, I can do that down here, and I'm just going to do that in a different color here. So I've got 2 times my length was 98. I'm not going to fit it in here. I had more room on my paper. 98 times 59. Oh, wait, times the height. The height was 61. Okay, times 61, and then I have 2 times the width, which is 59, times the height, which was 61, plus 2 times the length, which was 98, times the width, which is 59. And then I pull my calculator out, and I get 30718. Yahoo! That was the right answer. Okay. I'm going to stop this video here because this was already a long enough video. I'll do the other questions, the next question on a separate video.